Hello friends, it's Sherry from Turquoise Dreaming. How you doing today? Welcome to my channel. I'm here to share this little journal with you. I have finished and listed it in my shop today. And I had a lot of fun creating it. I created it from a little book I picked up during this past year. It was a little children's Christmas book, a vintage children's Christmas book. It just called to me, and it was a hardback book. I had created some other minis, but they weren't from a hardback book, so I thought this would be different and fun. I used some of the book pages from this book, but not most of them I did not use in here. It was just a kind of a different little story that, to tell you the truth, I really just couldn't get the pages to work in here. They did not come out of the book together, and when I tried to integrate them into the book, the way they were connected, like they were connected, but they were connected in a weird way, so that I couldn't get the story in order. It was really kind of strange. But so I ended up just taking them out and using some of them. So I used one here on the cover. There's quite a bit of sewing on the covers here, with zigzag stitching around the page, around this little piece of fabric, and around this little label right here. Then I've got this pretty fabric on the spine, and another page on the back, which is also zigzag stitched around. And then the tie closure here is a pretty little kind of ruffly ribbon that it runs. I ran it through under the cover, under the spine, and under the back cover, so it would have a lot of strength in order to tie it without, if you pull on it or something. I wanted to make sure it was strong, so I ran it all the way around like that for that reason. And then it is 3 inches across by 4 inches long, and a 1.5 inch spine. So let's just get started on hopefully what will be a quick flip through here. I will tell you the pages I used, but so I don't have to tell you every one. I will tell you that I used some digital prints. I'm kind of trying to use up stuff now, because I'm doing this one and 2 more, so I'm kind of like throwing everything into the last few here that I have left, and I have a lot left. So I had a lot of little page prints like this from Studio 28E from my design team project. So I tried to use a lot of those in here, and then in between those I used other pages that can be written on, like graph paper and ledger paper and all my usual paper I like to use. So in the front and back covers, I've used, there are already these pretty little pictures in here. I didn't put these here, they were already here. That's how the book was, and I didn't want to cover that up, so I put a little tuck spot over here. And I guess I can go ahead and pull most of the ephemera out. I just, don't want the video to get too long for you, and I don't want to mess it up either. So I've got a couple pieces of a receipt here in this front tuck, a bingo card from, I used some Tim Holtz ephemera in here because I have the mini pack of, that pack of Tim Holtz ephemera that has a bunch of little stuff in it, and so I don't get to use that very often, so these mini journals are a perfect spot to use these. And then I have a little pack of these mini playing cards, and this was also a perfect spot to get to use some of those little pieces. So I had a lot of fun using some of that mini ephemera and making little mini ephemera. A lot of the tags and journal cards I made from, like even this right here, from a Christmas cardstock paper pad that I'm using. And so I made from that paper a lot of little tags and journal cards to go in here. This is not one of them. This was flowery, but it was so cute. I stuck it in here with that lace on it there. It was so pretty. I was like, I'm just going to stick this in here. So, and then there's a little flip up here, and this is sewn on. So as you can see, like the paper I was talking about, this is some of the coffee dye graph paper with a little image here, little bow sticker there, and then I've got a little collage here, and then a little tuck spot here that's sewn on, and a little pretty little tag there. Most of the tags have fabric, like fabric like this. I think a couple of them have baker's twine on them too, so you'll see when we get there. So I'm just going to flip through because I've kind of told you the papers I use. This is blue line paper. I didn't mention that, but I just mentioned the papers I use, so I don't want to just keep repeating myself, and you don't want me to either, I'm sure. Here's a little tag I made, a plain one that you can decorate, but I did distress it. It's got an eyelet in it and a red ribbon. This is one of my vintage paper coasters. I put a couple of those in here, and it's just folded over the page and attached, you know, to the page with glue, and that's to form a little, you know, you can flip this up and right under here, and also you can tuck something under here if you want. And that's a little journaling card, one of the little journaling cards I was talking about that I made from the cardstock Christmas paper pad. Okay, here's some sewn on fabric ruffle here with a little bulb pin with a foam Christmas tree, and I used a sequin as a little ornament at the top there. And this is avocado dyed. I deconstructed a couple little notebooks and I like to use that little paper from little notebooks, and especially by vintage ones, and I think this was a vintage one. And I actually coffee dyed it and avocado dyed it, so that's what that is. Graph paper. Here's a flip down. I also dyed some book pages, and they came out really pretty, so I used a page in here. And the flip down is like this, so you can write in there. That's coffee dyed paper. And then this is a little piece from the Tim Holtz pack that I just put in there because I left that open in the back to form a pocket. Okay. And there's the middle of the first signature. Each signature has 28 pages, or, you know, if you want to count fronts and backs, it comes out to be like 156 or something like that. It's in my listing. Here's a little, just a little side tuck I made from a red ticket with a little picture there, like it looks like a postage stamp. And it's green and red for Christmas. Another little tag from that cardstock Christmas pad, paper pad. And I'm not going to say that every time now because you've kind of got the idea. Here's some more of those. Journaling card and tag. And then a little side tuck here that's zigzag stitched on. Okay. Here I have a bell on a paper clip, so that can be removed. And this is a bridge tally card folded over a page here. So I'm not going to take that off, but it's a bridge tally card. You know what those look like, but I like the red, so I put that in here. Ledger card fold out. Just some more pretty papers, and we're on the back half of the second signature, so I'll go through this a little quicker. There's a label there. I just kind of packed a lot of stuff in here. There's a little ticket here with some S&H green stamps to keep with the red and green kind of theme going on. A couple of more tag and journal card there. Okay, here's the second signature, starting off with a pretty page, and this is actually an applique right there, a little Christmas tree. So here's another flip up that's sewn on, and then in here I tucked in a little, these are from Maria. She had sent me some, this is a little doily, and you can see that's a pretty little, it's like cardstock or whatever. I don't know what this is punched out, but it's very sturdy. I don't know what it's punched from, but it feels really good. Anyway, it's a little doily, and then this is a little leaf that she had punched out, so I put those in there for someone to have fun with. And then this is that another piece of a deconstructed notebook. I left the little holes here. I think that's kind of cool. And I actually, so I could do that, I unspiraled it, you know what I mean? I didn't rip the pages out. It was a spiral, but I unspiraled it or uncoiled it or whatever, so I could have those squares. Then here's a piece of there's a music book paper that I've been using lately, is from my mom, that she gave me a bunch of you know, a couple of boxes of vintage music books, and they're from when she used to sing in the choir at church. So there are a lot of church music. So there's a couple pages in here from my mom's church music. And then this is another Tim Holtz ephemera piece, both of these, and a Tim Holtz paper doll. And I thought he was cute. He looked like he was, I put it in here like this, so he looked like he's kind of leaning on that ephemera right there with his arm up. So cute, right? So, and then ledger. And then we'll just flip through. There's a little image right there, a little Christmas image. Here's another little Christmas kind of cluster. There's some fabric in back of this little Christmas postage stamp there. And then here's a little ticket with a label on it, a green ticket with a red special handling label. And here's some more Tim Holtz ephemera and a little tag and a Tim Holtz paper doll man here. So cute. And then a little fabric ruffle sewn on here. And then another flip up, flip down with a pocket behind. Little Tim Holtz ephemera. Okay. Middle of the second signature. Another, this is like a half a doily sewn on there, and then I used it as a tuck spot too for this little journaling card. Sewn on, this is a piece from one of my digital kits that I backed with cardstock sewn on, and then here's a little journaling card. This one has index card on the back. I thought that was neat, and I need to use more of my index cards, so I used a piece there. Then a little tag right there. Let me put him back there. There he goes. Okay, this is another little, you know, one of my vintage paper coasters. This one has a bear on it. I think those are so fun to use. And a journaling card here. And on the other side, another journaling card and a tag. A little label right here. This is a from, it says from and to on this, and it has a little Christmas picture right there, picture Christmas graphic in the middle of it. And then this is a little envelope that I decorated. First of all, I just put a little piece of fabric to decorate this paper clip. And it's a green paper clip to match the Christmas theme here. This is a coin envelope, and I put some pieces that I had from a scrapbook kit that have snowflakes. I put that here on the front of the envelope, a couple pieces on the back too of that same snowflake Christmas cardstock I had. And in here in the envelope is a couple pieces of that, kind of rounded the corners and made journaling cards, a couple pieces of that Christmas paper pad in there. And that's just kind of flipped over this music book page here. So I thought that would be fun to include a little coin envelope in there, decorated. And then we're almost to the back here. We've got another little ticket, or this is the back page. A little red ticket with the S&H green stamps, a couple more journaling cards here. See, they're blank. These are, some of them are, I spritzed green kind of dye on the back of some of them, and so these are some of the green dyed ones because they are white on the back, and I spritzed some green dye. Some of them are white on the back and some of them are green. And then there's some red lace right here on the edge of this last page. It's scalloped on this side, and then it was straight on the, well, I guess it's a little scalloped on this side too, but it's just a little edge decoration on this last page, and I wanted to give this last page some extra strength and protection here too. So that's another reason I put that lace over that edge to protect it from, because it was a back page, I wanted it to give it more strength here in the back of the journal. And then here's the back tuck with a little journaling, pretty little journaling card, and you can see that's backed with cardstock, and some more receipt paper there. There's two there. So that's it. You have seen it all. So I think it came out really cute. I used wax cord to bind it. So nice strong binding, and it's a 3-hole pamphlet stitch. I didn't think this little space needed 5 holes, so I think 3 was plenty. You know, I hear some people do 2 in a small journal like this, but I've never do less than 3. So I wouldn't trust 2 to myself, but you know, I just don't think I can make 2 strong enough. I feel like 3 is good for a small journal. And I was going to mention, I'm going to include with all my journal purchases, you know, customers that purchase journals from me during December, you know, they of course get my little goodie pack, you know, and my goodie pack is just whatever I have. You know, I don't buy special things for my goodie packs. I just kind of put in there what will fit in there, what I think might be able to be used in the journal, and whatever I have. You know, I don't buy any, I go out searching for special things for my journal pack. I'll just, whatever I have from this project, I'll try to poke some scraps and some whatever, you know, little things in a goodie pack. So I just wanted to let you know about that. And then, so anyone that orders a journal, I'm going to include one of these little Christmas card journals, which I think turned out super cute. And they're just, they're in a separate listing too if you needed some. But again, what they are is just a little money card. The pages are sewn in with red and white baker's twine, 3-hole pamphlet stitched. I did put eyelets in the front and back, which I think adds a special touch. They're like antique brass colored eyelets, which I think, I love these eyelets. And then whatever I had on hand to close them with, some of them I used lace, some of them I used ribbon, some I used wider ribbon, some I used skinny ribbon, just kind of using up my ribbons, especially if I had like this green one I wanted to use since it was Christmas and it was green. And the papers I used in here, I didn't make the inside really Christmassy. I just thought, you know, it would be fun to use some of my fun papers in here. So if you're a paper lover, I think you would love these little journals. I put a Christmas tag in. I used a scrap for the pocket in the front in each one, a little rectangle scrap like this. So there's a scrap. I'm calling it a scrap. It's just a little rectangle piece of like cardstock or paper. And then I put a journal tag, a card or a journal, you know, card or something in the front like that. Tried to make it Christmassy, a Christmassy thing. So this was from one of my digital kits. It was, you know, a Christmas digital kit, which I thought was really cute. I had this laying around. I stuck this in this one, just a little journaling card. So whatever journaling cards and tags and things I had laying around, I stuck one in the front, one in the back. And then I went through my paper drawers, and I kind of described this in my other one where I showed it, but I went through my paper drawers and just what I think is a bunch of fun paper. And I would think whoever, you know, if you're a paper lover, you would like all assorted papers. So I put fun papers in here, like this is 6x6 paper pad. I used a piece of that. I used some ledger paper, which I love. I used a piece of stationery. I used a lot of stationery in these. This one has a pencil on it. Some planner paper, graph, a job index paper pad. This is a bridge score sheet, some more 6x6 paper, blue lined paper, and pretty stationery, you can see. This is just a plain piece of stationery on this side. I think the other side has the picture graph. I'm kind of showing you from the back, but I'm kind of just showing you what's in here. Stationery. So you can get an idea of, you know, it's not anything like overloaded Christmas, you know, type of thing, but it is made with a Christmas money card. So I think they're cute. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what you'll think, but I think they're super cute, and I had a lot of fun making these. And so everyone that orders a journal from me is going to get this as a special thank you during the month of December. And so it would be fun to keep some lists in there or use it for a little gift, whatever you want to use it for. So I'm going to let you go, and I'll see you next time. And I hope everyone had a great, wonderful Thanksgiving, and you know, hope everybody's okay and survived the weekend and got home. If you traveled, I hope you got home safe and everything. And I will see you all next time, and happy crafting. Thank you.